Hello and welcome to the video. The past year has been difficult for us gym goers, with gyms being closed repeatedly and workout equipment either sold out or sold at extortionate prices. In the past year, my equipment has slowly grown to somewhat of a minimal home gym. Today I'm going to go through all my equipment from the basic essentials to the advanced luxuries. The purpose of this video is to help inform you so you too can build a gym at home that is suitable with your training and price range. No more sweaty gyms with horrific music. You can now work out at home in your pants in your kitchen. You're welcome. So like the video and I'll see you at the first piece of equipment. Okay, so the first piece of equipment on the must-have essentials list is going to be the almighty pull-up bar. You may remember this guy from my pull-up challenges. The pull-up bar is pretty much the most essential piece of equipment you can have if you're looking to train from home, in my opinion. When training from home, the back is probably going to be the most difficult area to train. For example, it's very easy to do push-ups and handstand push-ups, pike push-ups, and kind of get all the pushing movements as well as squats. But to really work the back, you are going to need some kind of pull-up bar to work the back area, which really can't be replicated without a pull-up bar. They're very cheap. You can find them for around £25 to £30 online, and they're very convenient. You can also move it lower down and train Australian rows, which is going to help grow the middle to lower part of your back as well as you can hang from it, which I've talked about before is fantastic for you, as well as do leg raises and some core exercises. Even if you do go to a gym, just having one at home is so good. Like, you can just hang which is what I do sometimes, and this is so good for your shoulders and your grip strength. And yeah, sometimes me and Loretta, if one of us goes to the toilet and watching a film, the other one will just try and hang for the duration of the time they're in the toilet, and that's kind of a fun way to hang. Anyway, moving on, let's go to the next piece of equipment. Second piece of equipment is going to be gymnastic rings. These ones are from Gravity Fitness. They are £35 and I believe you can get them cheaper from Decathlon for £25. I would just make sure that you have wood ones because plastic alternatives are very slippy and aren't as good. They do require you to use your stabilizing muscles, which are great for posture and overall health and wellness, but can put you in compromised positions, which if you don't know what you're doing can lead to injury risk. If you aren't in the proper position for a dip, you can put strain on your shoulders and certain areas, which can lead to injury. So I kind of put this as an intermediate or beginner to be very careful with what you're doing. You can attach them to anything. You can even attach them to the doorway pull-up bar. I have mine attached to my pull-up mate. When I went traveling and lived in my car last year, all I traveled with was a pair of gymnastic rings and some Paralettes, and I was able to get amazing workouts on the road. You can pretty much train every body part if you've got a pair of rings. You can do various pull-ups. You're even able to do neutral grip pull-ups, which you can't do with a doorway pull-up. Same with rows. You're able to do ring push-ups, assisted pistols. They're also a bit thicker than a doorway pull-up bar, which helps work on your grip strength, and you can also work on your false grip, which if you're a psycho is pretty much where you karate chop and hold the bar here, and this enables you to do ring muscle ups and other calisthenics movements like that, which you can't obviously do once again with a pull-up bar. So yeah, rings are number 2, but number 1 for me, if you're more advanced or you have somewhere to hang them up, such a great piece of equipment and pretty much the only piece of equipment you need if you truly train calisthenics. And yeah, let's go to equipment number 3. Number 3 is the pull-up mate. I have made a couple of videos about this guy already. I'll link him here in case you're interested in checking them out. But this is a great piece of equipment. It's about £100 right now. It was a lot more during lockdown, and since the gyms have opened, it has gone a bit cheaper, so it seems very reasonable for £100. You can do lots of movements on the pull-up mate, and I think it's perfect for a beginner. There's like 20 different body weight movements you can do, and it's kind of a culmination of the doorway pull-up bar and the rings, but for a beginner, like lots of movements like Australian rows and push-ups and dips that you can all do with a bar. However, the one concern I would have is if you are more of an intermediate with calisthenics and training, that it may be difficult to advance these movements, which is why I predominantly use the rings with my pull-up mate. The second downfall is it's not that tall. Like, I'm only 5'10", and this is the pull-up mate. So I do have to bend my knees, which is not optimal when you want to do pull-ups. So they do offer a height extension, which is these two things, and it's £30, which I think is pretty harsh just to be able to stand up and use it. So I have got this myself, and this enables me to do pull-ups with my legs straight, which is great. But yeah, £30 for these two things, I don't know. Also, the pull-up bar it comes with is just a straight pull-up bar. which is the exact same as the doorway pull-up bar, and the fact that it's called Pull-Up Mate, but you can only really do regular pull-ups on it, I thought was a bit weak. But yeah, I have upgraded the Pull-Up Mate Monster, which is another accessory, which is another £100, which is as much as the Pull-Up Mate. The Pull-Up Mate Monster allows you to do neutral grip pull-ups, a variety of wide grip pull-ups, and just kind of gives you more options and more range of motion, which I think it should come with the Pull-Up Mate itself, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, overall a luxury item, but it is very good. I pretty much just hang my rings off it, it's perfect for that. But to be perfectly honest, you can buy a pull-up wall mount that you screw into the wall, which is kind of similar to the Monster Pull-Up Mate. If you had one of those and stuck it onto the wall, I think it would be a bit cheaper and all you really need if you're more advanced and you just want to hang off your rings. But if you're a beginner and you're very new to bodyweight training, the Pull-Up Mate is very, very good. So I say for a beginner, fantastic. If you are more intermediate, it may not be worth your while. But yeah, a very good piece of equipment. Yeah, once again, it is portable and you can travel with it, but it's very friggin' heavy, so I can't imagine ever like taking it on a trip with me. It's like, it's good if you're moving around, and you can actually easily put it down and up. So if you don't have a lot of space like I fortunately do, you could like put it up and then take it down and put it away in the bag. The bag as well also costs an extra £40. It doesn't come with the bag, so you have to buy the bag as well. So to get everything I have here, the Pull-Up Mate, the height extension, the Pull-Up Mate Monster, and the bag, you're looking at 270 quid, so that kind of adds up pretty quick. It's a very luxurious item, and I'm not sure if I would buy it again, but during lockdown it definitely saved me a lot of help. But as you'll see, I've kind of advanced my training now. But yeah, that's it, the Pull-Up Mate. On to the next one. Next piece of equipment is going to be a budget but intermediate piece of equipment, and that is Paralettes. So I have a pair of mini Paralettes and also larger Paralettes. Online, these are actually pretty expensive, like some of these go for around £80–90, but I managed to find mine quite cheap. I think I got them for like £25. Not quite sure where I found them, but I will put them on the screen now. Paralettes are really good for increasing range of motion, as well as giving you time to give your wrists a break. So if you do a lot of handstand and handstand pressing, it can be very stressful on your wrist joints. So using Paralettes enables you to take the pressure off your wrists. And once again, I'd say they're quite advanced though. If you're going to be using Paralettes, you're going to be using them for handstand push-ups, pike push-ups. Very useful and very cheap, so a budget intermediate piece of equipment for sure. More of a bonus piece of equipment, not essential but good to have. Okay, so this is going to be the final piece of calisthenics equipment I have. A weight vest. Ugh. I'm going to put this down. So the one I have is from Gravity Fitness, and this is £99 and is 20 kilos. And I think this is a fantastic vest as it has 18 different blocks, so it makes it easy to change the weight, which is perfect when you're training calisthenics weight. It means you can periodize your training and make sure you're progressive overloading. However, £100, once again, isn't essential. I'd say it was a luxury item when you're starting out. Just use a backpack and put books or sand or whatever's heavy into a backpack, and it kind of works the same way. Once again though, that will make it difficult with progressive overload. You kind of won't know how much you are using, but if you are on a budget, that is definitely what I always used to do back in my heyday. There is also cheaper options online. I found a Decathlon one for £50. However, that is only 10 kilograms, so it's half the weight, half the price, I guess. Be careful when you're looking for weight vests online. There are some that seem real cheap, like £40–50. It says like 20 kilo weight vest, but it's actually just the vest, and they sell the weight separately, so it's kind of like a weird marketing play that they do online, I guess. But yeah, I was really happy with this one. I'm super stoked. £100. And as weighted calisthenics is still kind of how I start my training, this is something I implement every single training session as well, and I'm really happy with it. So let's get to the bodybuilding equipment. So as some of you may know, I recently made the switch from doing purely calisthenics to doing weight training. Again, weight training is kind of what I did for my first couple of years, and I kind of did calisthenics for a year or so, but I do really enjoy weight training. So buying these adjustable dumbbells really did make training at home easy peasy for me. These were expensive, so this is definitely a luxury item. I bought these during lockdown, and they're 32 kilos and they cost £400. Now hear me out, I know some of you are probably like, whoa, that's crazy. But if you think how much a gym membership is, a good gym, like not a pure gym where you pay like nothing but it stinks and is always really busy, but if you go to a nice gym and it's like £40–50 a month, So buying these dumbbells is like 10 months gym membership, and I love training at home, and I really don't ever really want to train in a gym ever again. So it's been more than worth the value for me. Now, they have actually gone down dramatically since lockdown has ended. You can now get these ones for like £300. They have some 25 kilo ones for £270, and they have 40 kilo ones, which are the ones I really wanted, for £400 for the same price. And I think if you have a pair of 40 kilo dumbbells, you'd be pretty hard pressed to outgrow that weight, because that's pretty serious weight. But yeah, adjustable dumbbells are fantastic. They do have a few negatives. One, they look kind of stupid. I've wanted to do so many thumbnails with the dumbbell, and then once I go to take the picture, I realise it looks like you've got some kind of weird alien device in your hand, so you can't take pictures with them. Two, they're pretty delicate, like you can't drop them, which is a good thing. When you're training really heavy, you can't just drop the weight, so you kind of have to really lower it down, which I guess stops you ego lifting, but also stops you lifting heavy weight without the fear that you're gonna smash your dumbbells up. They're also quite tricky to put into the slot, especially when you're tired and you've been doing a lot of reps. It can be quite knackering, changing them all the time through the thing, but that might only down point. If you're into just doing weight training, a simple pair of adjustable dumbbells, 25 kilos will probably be more than enough if you're like untrained and new to training, is all you need. So you're looking at £270 and you'll be able to train for years. The only piece of equipment you would need alongside these is pull-up bar, just so you can get your pull-ups in as well. So a pull-up bar with these and you're pretty much good to go. The only alternative is to buy singular dumbbells. You'd have to buy several different pairs of dumbbells, which will add up and be fairly expensive and probably cost a similar price anyway. It will take up more space and will make progressive overload a lot more difficult, because you really need to be progressing in like 2.5 kilo increments at the very most, especially when you start to get heavy. So say if you've got a 5, a 15 and a 25, going from 15 to 25 isn't really going to be possible in a lot of exercises, so it's going to be very difficult to progressive overload in that respect. So I think adjustable dumbbells are essential if you're looking to weight train at home. Think of it as an investment, and think of it, if you've got the £270 ones, that's like half a year's gym membership. If you go to a nice gym, like we said, it's more than worth it in my opinion. The next item is an adjustable weight bench. I got this one for around £79 and I couldn't be happier with it. I actually used to use it as my work desk in previous videos. You may have seen it as my work chair. The adjustable chair is absolutely fantastic. You can get a flat bench, which would be a little bit cheaper, but I'd highly suggest paying a bit extra money and getting the adjustable bench. This is going to enable you to hit different areas of your muscles. For example, if you're just doing flat bench press, you're not going to be able to work the upper chest. Simply by putting it on an incline, you can grow your upper chest. It just basically enables you to do a lot more progressions, as well as doing back exercises like back rows and reverse flies. You're able to use the chest to support you, which helps you get a better mind muscle connection and really just focus working on the muscle rather than doing it in the air, which can be a lot more tricky. So a budget item in my opinion, £80 for a bench is really cheap and it takes up zero room. It folds up pretty much flat, or something like that, but yeah, it folds away pretty neat and doesn't take up any space, which is kind of what we're looking for with our minimal home gym equipment. And the final piece of workout equipment I have is going to be my adjustable kettlebell. So this is a fantastic piece of equipment, and if your budget is very small and you only had like £100, I'd probably highly suggest getting the kettlebell. You can do a very good full body workout with the kettlebell. I once again have made a video showing 20 different kettlebell exercises, so I kind of got this to add some spice to my exercises. As I said with the adjustable dumbbells, they are quite delicate and you don't want to drop them, so having a kettlebell, I find it quite fun to just throw around in the garden. I can kind of do some hip thrusts and some snatch and press. And yeah, it goes from 18 kilograms all the way down to 2 kilograms. It's a super fun piece of equipment. If your goal is just fat loss or just like training like HIIT kind of circuit stuff, this would be perfect also. Just a little bit limited when you come to hypertrophy work, because you only have one of them and it'd be very difficult. Unless you got two of them, you could get two of them and it would kind of work like dumbbells. Anyway, it's a fabulous piece of equipment. I highly suggest it. £100, I'd say it's a budget item, and it's probably even cheaper now. You can do so much with a kettlebell. Once again, it takes up zero space. It's the size of just like a jumbo kettlebell. So that's going to be my workout equipment, and now we're going to move on to some budget essential items, and I think these next two items everybody should have, so make sure you pay attention. So let's get to the last two items. So the first warm-up piece of equipment is going to be a skipping rope. I have the Sonic Boom skipping rope. No reason in particular, it just looked pretty cool. It's around £30, and I think you can find skipping ropes a little bit cheaper. You just want to make sure that they're solid material, and a speed rope I find is the most fun to use. Why is the skipping rope so good? I think it's the perfect piece of equipment to warm up. It's definitely difficult to warm up when you're at home. It's hard to be motivated. You could maybe go for a run, do some jumping jacks. Skipping pretty much warms up every part of your body. Warm up your shoulders, your arms, your legs. Such a great way to warm up your body. So having a skipping rope is a safe way to warm up before you start exercising at home. What I normally do for a workout is I'll put a song on and I'll just skip for the whole song. By the end of the song, I'm pretty tired and I'm ready to roll. Thank you, skipping. Also, if you're on a diet or on a cut, it's a great way to burn some extra calories. I've tried it in the past, burnt like 700 calories in 1 hour just skipping. So yeah, skipping rope, super cheap, a budget essential in my opinion. And now we're on to the final, most essential and most budget piece of equipment that everyone should have, even if you don't work out. And that is going to be a roller ball and a foam roller. These are literally so cheap now online. You can actually get bundles where you get like a foam roller, like these kind of rollers in for around anywhere between like £10 and £20. And why do you want a foam roll? Foam rolling is gonna help speed up recovery by getting the blood flow into the muscles you just worked. For example, if you just done a big squat session, if you roll out your legs, it's gonna help your legs recover faster. It's also gonna help alleviate knots and get knots and aches and pains out of you and just help you feel better. These balls, like a lacrosse ball. When I travelled, I literally just travelled with this, and if you're sat on a plane or on a train and you're all bunched up and on knots, you can literally just get this ball and it's kind of like having a deep massage. I even have used it when I'm flying on an airplane. You can literally just put it behind your back and just roll out knots while you're actually travelling, and they cost nothing. You're talking a couple of pounds. You can have them in your backpack. You can foam roll while you watch TV in the afternoon. You can roll this while you check your emails in the morning. In my opinion, these are the most essential items and they happen to be the cheapest. So if you don't even work out, if you've got anything from this video, make sure to get a foam roller and one of these balls and you'll thank me. I roll my feet out every single morning with this ball and it's life changing. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. That is my minimalist home gym tour and review. I just wanted to share my personal opinion. I don't have any affiliates with any of these companies. I actually think it's so liberating being able to train at home. It saves you so much time not commuting to the gym. Train when you want, especially the fact that I work at home. I can literally just train whenever I want. I hope you found this video useful, beneficial. Drop it a like if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I honestly don't understand.